I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. We're going to be doing Shaman next. It's the next 10 cards for us alphabetically for the set list. Again, as always, please remember, do not do anything based on my reviews. I often read wrong and I am often wrong in my opinions. With that being said, we're going to go over Shaman. And we're going to start with the worst card, in my opinion, on the Shaman, which for us is going to be the Party Favor Totem. The Party Favor Totem is a 3-mana 0/3 that at the end of the turn you summon a random basic totem, and infuse you summon 2 totems instead. I don't know why they're trying to make Totem Shaman work. I don't know where they came up with the idea to try to make Totem Shaman work. There's not enough, even with the card that we're going to talk about later, to justify Totem Shaman. I just don't know why you want to play the totems. There's not even enough totems to really justify in the whole set right now with just playing the totems that exist. So number 9 for us is, no surprise, going to be the Carving Chisel. Carving Chisel for us is a 2-mana 1/3 Shaman weapon that says after your hero attacks, summon a random basic totem. Again, don't know why they're trying to make Totem Shaman work. Shaman doesn't care about having a weapon that's a 1/3. There was a weapon that was not that long ago that was a 2-mana for Paladin that got you a secret each time you attacked. I'm not sure if a basic totem is better than a secret because you're trying to pull that out of your deck, which was spinning your deck. This just puts a random totem on your field. I don't know why they're trying to make Totem Shaman work. And again, I would have rather this been a totem itself. 2-mana 1/3 totem that duplicated itself every time you attack. Even if you put in that little caveat, it would have been fine. I mean, that's better than Party Favor Totem, which is almost doing the same thing. And this has still been better than Party Totem, because Party Totem is 1 too expensive. You move Party Totem down to 2 and you could see some play on it. This would be almost the same thing, and that would be fine. Next up for us is number 8, which, no surprise, is the Gigantic Totem. The Giant Totem, which is the 10-mana 8/8 that costs 1 less for each totem that you summon this game. So you gotta summon 10 totems for this to become 0. Are you wasting turns? Are you gonna run the entire totem package just to get down at 8/8 on probably turn 4 when you can run a 7/7 on turn 4 that only has a death rattle to let your opponent draw 2? That's the problem. There are many 7-mana 4/4s out there on the board. To get this below 4, you would have to have 6 totems come out. Are you wasting spots in your deck to summon 6 totems? Are you wasting turns in order to summon 6 totems? And are you doing all that by turn 4? Because everything past turn 4, this card becomes worse and worse and worse. Turn 5, turn 6, this is barely worth playing. I mean, you're going to sometimes slot it in for 0, but other than that, Next up for us is card 7. Card 7 is the Crude Caretaker. Crude Caretaker has a 4-mana 1/1 that summons a 3/5 elemental with taunt. This is what the elemental actually looks like. This is an evolve for both sides. It's a card that basically hinders the evolve pool if you evolve into 4, so that sometimes you get a sad 4 if you evolve into 4. And it's a card that you're putting down on turn 4 that you're basically going to quick evolve. So you get the battle cry. And then you get a better 5/5. You get a better 5 cost minion. And the elemental that you also make is also a 4 cost card also, so you can evolve that too if you want to. But you're evolving this, and this is also to give the 4 pull something sad to pull. Unevolve. Next up for us is number 6. Number 6 for us is the Criminal Lineup. The Criminal Lineup is an 8 mana card that says, choose a friendly minion, summon 3 copies of it, overload 2. This is basically letting you do the old-fashioned one that used to be in Shaman that you had to jump through hoops to. That would give you 2 extra copies of a friendly minion card that you had to play overloads to get it to go all the way. The old Spellstone for Shaman. This is basically the new Spellstone for Shaman. It's really good. It's just really expensive. And on turn 8, you need to be playing something that's winning you the game, not something that's helping you with the game at this point in Hearthstone. Number 5 for us is going to be it's going to be the first legendary on the Shaman list, which is the Baroness. The Baroness is a 4 mana 3/6 that has, if you would transform into a minion, summon that minion instead. The problem with this card is you need another card to make this work. So you need something to transform. You need a transform card. Yes, there are transform cards in the set right now in ways you can transform it. It even exists in this particular set. But if you get her and you don't have any transforms, she's a dead card because you're not throwing her down any turn you don't have a transform. Because if you do, she'll just get sniped. So I don't know if you want to play a 4 mana 3/6 pseudo taunt, hoping for the best and that she can't die, and then draw in a transform. So she's not bad, it's just that the fact is you need the transform card in order for her to work, or you're not playing her. Number 4 for us is going to be the Primordial Wave. The Primordial Wave is the 3 mana card that says transform enemy minions into one that costs 1 less, and friendly minions into one that costs 1 more. It's really good. There's going to be times where you're just going to use it as a mass polymorph and you're going to be happy. The only problem with it is again, because of how it works, if a taunt's sticking in your way, unless you get really lucky, that taunt's still sort of sticking in your way because all your minions then lose their attack turn unless they somehow get rush or charge. Next up for us is the bronze medal for Shaman. The bronze medal for Shaman is the Convincing Disguise. This is a 1 mana transform a friendly minion into one that costs 2 more, and infuse. Transform all friendly minions instead. And I believe that's going to give all friendly minions 2 more. Yes. So it's going to give all friendly minions 2 up. This is a great card for 1 mana by itself. There's going to be times where you lost 4 minions by the time you have this in your hand. I'm not sure you have to wait for this infuse to go off for this to be good. It's just good by itself. If you do get it to go off, your whole board is better. Having everything go up by 2 is fine. That means a 1 turns into a 3. And that's the worst case scenario. Remember, so it's fine by itself and it has the upside. You don't have to wait for the infuse to have this BC play though. Number 2 for us, so the Silver Star, or the Silver Medal I should say, is the Stone Knight. The Stone Knight is a 4 mana 5/4 that has Battle Cry. For the rest of your game, your totems have +2 attack. And I know you're saying, well, you just said totems are bad. But this is a card where you can just throw it down on 4, and your opponent for the rest of the game has to worry about every time you press the button. Your worst totem is going to be a 2/2. That's a better Silver Hand recruit every turn. You basically turned your power into Shaman's power, but it's the Shaman power where they summon a 2/2 instead of a 1/1. The Paladin power where they summon a 2/2 instead of a 1/1. There's times where you're just going to be happy pressing a button and getting a 2/2 on it, and some of them have better options. You can get a 1/3 off of some of them, but most of the time it's going to be a 2/2, and that's fine. Sorry, a 3/1. And the number 1 for us is the Muck Pools. Muck Pools is a card that's just basically says, you left my minion alive, I'm going to be able to do something with it. I'm going to take my minion and I'm going to trade in, get it down to 1 health, and evolve it. I'm going to take this good battle cry that I just threw down and evolve it. Yeah, there are going to be times you're unhappy with what it turns into, but there are more times than not where you're going to just be okay for the fact that you already did what you wanted to off of it. Alright, that is the 10 for Shaman. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for fun.